In today's review, we're going to be going over the PD215 dog training collar, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to use your new training collar for your dog. So this bark collar has been sent to me free of charge for this review. One thing you do need to keep in mind is this is not a remote controlled training collar. So if that is what you had in mind, then this collar is not going to be what you're looking for. This collar is bark activated, so there's no remotes. It goes solely based off of your dog's bark. So this is what your collar looks like. It is very adjustable and it can be adjusted up to 27 inches. So it's going to be suitable for your small to large dogs. Along with that, like your standard training collars, you do get two sets of prongs, one shorter and one longer, depending on the size of your dog and the type of fur they have. And those prongs just very simply twist in, just like that. And then they do provide you with those prong covers. This is a rechargeable bark collar and they do provide you with that charging cable. It is a magnetic charging cable and that's going to be plugged in right on the back by the contact points. And then the last thing you get is a little screen protector to protect the front of the bark collar from any damage. So before you use the bark collar, you do need to set the modes on how you want the bark collar to respond whenever your dog barks, whether you want them to have a tone and a vibration, or a tone and a shock, vibration and a shock, or all three at once. So I'm going to show you how to do that because all of the different icons can get a little bit intimidating and confusing, but I'm going to walk you through how you're going to set up your bark collar to get the best effect on your dog. All right, so the first thing we need to do is power on the bark collar, and that's going to be with about a 2-second press of the power button on top, and then your display screen will power on. So like I said, this screen can look a little bit confusing, but it is actually very simple to understand. So this big 3 over here that we're seeing is the sensitivity level. So what that means is that it's going to be more sensitive to your dog's barks. If we quick press the power button, we're going to go into 0, and that means that you're in the test mode, which I'll show you here shortly. But if we press that again, we're at sensitivity level 1, which is going to be less sensitive. Looking at these blue lines here, what that means is when the collar detects a bark, you're going to have a warning tone and then you're going to have a vibration. If we click on the mode button, what that is going to do is switch to the tone followed by the static shock. Press it again, we're going to have the vibration followed by the static shock. And then one more time is going to be the tone, the vibration, and then the static shock. So like I said, you are able to pick which one is best going to benefit your dog. Once your dog gets familiar with these collars, then most of the times you are able to remove the prongs and you won't have to use that static shock feature. And then one more press, you're going to go back to the tone and the vibration. If you want to, you are able to hold the mode for about 2 seconds and it's going to lock the screen. That is a safety feature they have put in place so your dog's main collar won't be bumping into this collar and switching the modes on them. Another safety feature that they do have in place is a pause feature. So if your dog is continuously barking and even barking through all of the different training modes, then after around 5 barks, it will go into a paused mode for about 30 seconds. And in that pause mode, they will not have any of the tone, vibration, or the static shock. Once you get the mode set where you want it to, you are able to test it to make sure that everything is working as it should. The way you're going to get there, like I said, go into the 0 by clicking the power button, and then you're going to blow into the little sensor. So for this demonstration, I am going to be demonstrating on a full-grown golden retriever who is already fully trained on these collars. So I am going to be removing the prongs and leaving it on the tone and the vibration. However, I'm going to turn it up to sensitivity level 3. So like I said, this dog is already trained on these training collars, so he knew exactly what it meant whenever the tone went off, and after that, he didn't bark again. So once you get your dogs trained and comfortable with the collar, they are going to respond the same way, and you're going to have a bark-free home. So if you do have a barking dog, then these bark collars, when used properly, are definitely a good choice to get that barking under control.